Hey, it's Tim.
And it's Amy from GoWithLess. We're glad you're here. In this week's video, we're sharing how we saved 60% off of the bottom lowest price on 5 cruises this year. There's a lot to uncover here, stacked deals all over the place. We hope you watch the whole video.
In 2015, Amy and I retired in our late 40s, and in January of 2020, we sold our home and became full-time nomads. Every Wednesday here on our channel, we are talking about our nomadic fire life.
We hope you'll give today's video a thumbs up. Subscribe over here for those Wednesday videos. We talk about travel, nomadic living, early retirement, house sitting, that sort of thing. And let's get into the 60% I just threw out.
Yeah, so if you go look at Vacations to Go or any of these aggregation sites where they take multiple cruise lines and they put together all the cruises that are available, oftentimes you'll see there's 60% off, 70, 80, 90% off we've seen. So what we're talking about in this 60% that we save, that is on top of the crazy discounts that you might find at an aggregation site. So this was a phenomenal set of things that came together for us to make this happen.
Okay, I'm going to say a couple things. We do not have any status with any cruise line, so this is not due to that sort of thing. We have only taken 3-4 cruises with 3 different cruise lines, so we have no relationships with cruise lines. Number 2, we paid for all of this with hard cash. So the numbers that we're talking about are for the both of us total, and it does not include using points or miles. It's not because we spent a lot of money in casinos on ships that we were given this, and it also isn't from like timeshare presentations or like perks like that. So this is just things that we were able to do, and maybe you can do some of them as well. And that we're going to get right into cruise number 1, and that is with Royal Caribbean. That is a transatlantic cruise from Florida to Spain. It's 14 nights, and we have an interior cabin for that. Not all of the 5 cruises are interior cabins. And I'm just going to mention a little bit of the transatlantic cruise. All they're trying to do is get that ship from maybe the Caribbean or Florida over to Europe for the summer. So they often discount this, and Tim will get into the numbers on that. It's also called a repositioning cruise, but it doesn't come back. It goes one way, leaves you, and your cruise is over.
So for this cruise, we spent $1,856.
We thought that was a good deal.
We thought that was a phenomenal deal. And really what prompted us to do this deal was we additionally had an offer on one of our American Express cards that if you spent $1,500 with Royal Caribbean, hey, we'll give you $500 back in a statement credit. So we said, okay, well, we're going to sign up for this. So that actually brought the price down to like $1,356, which we thought was an incredible deal. So this launched all of our interest in all these cruises that we put together. Additionally, we found out later in the year that Royal Caribbean has a relationship with MGM. And if you have certain status at MGM, in particular, I have gold status with MGM because I have status with Hyatt. I have globalist status at Hyatt through a series of credit card things that we've done. And so hopefully
Hyatt to MGM Gold
to Royal Caribbean. So hopefully we're going to get $125 worth of onboard credit through that status. We'll see. That hasn't come together yet, and we've called them like 4 times. 4 times, that's actually 5. We've called them a lot, and so we'll see if that actually happens.
Yeah, and Royal Caribbean isn't matching status from MGM. They are just giving you a perk. So if you are an MGM Gold, you get $125 statement credit, shipboard credit, and you could use that for laundry or drinks or whatever. Okay, cruise number 2 is another Royal Caribbean cruise on the exact same boat, just a few weeks later. It's all around the Mediterranean, so really beautiful ports. We're excited about that. That is an ocean view room, and that is $1,285 that we paid.
Yep, so we went and actually looked to see what would this cruise cost if you wanted to go and book this today. We found that that was going to be $1,544 by comparison to what we paid. And then we also have this MGM offer that's available for this. So this particular cruise, we just thought it was such a phenomenal deal, just period. We signed up for it, even though we didn't have any particular offers, and we're looking forward to that. Also, it's the same ship, so we're kind of interested to see how that comes together.
And the funny thing is even though we thought that was a great deal, and it is, that's our most expensive cruise of our 5 cruises. Okay, things really heat up at cruises 3, 4, and 5. Those are all on Carnival on the exact same ship, back to back to back cruises. Cruise number 3 is around the British Isles. It's 9 nights, and that is an ocean view room. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the deal that we got because, as I mentioned, this is where things go like insane gaga. Okay, the deal we were offered was free cruises. I read a blog post, which I'm going to link in the description below, and it showed how do you match your casino status to Carnival for these free cruises. Now, when they say free cruises, you pay $200. It's not really free, but it's close. It's a good deal. So you pay $200 as a couple. You get onboard ship credit of $200 to spend any way you want. And then you still have to pay for the taxes, the port taxes and the fees and the gratuities. And that worked out to $910 for the two of us for an ocean view room all around Scotland, Ireland. And so we still have that $200 in that amount, $1,162 for that cruise. Now that cruise right now, the lowest price you can get it at is $3,260, saving $2,098.
So the way we came by this casino status, neither of us really gamble, but the way we came by it is there was a promotion that happened years ago where you could actually match your IHG status to Wyndham. Wyndham has a relationship with Caesars, and so with the status that we got at Wyndham, we could match that to Caesars, which gave us diamond status at Caesars, and that is how we ultimately got this Carnival deal to happen. So just by matching is how this all came together. Status, that's right. So
and
this
also, there was an Amex deal on that.
Yeah, so in addition to this crazy status deal, which gave us free cruises, there's also an Amex offer for Carnival Cruise Lines that was, you spend $1,500, you get $400 back. So this was an additional incentive for us to sort of make this come together as we had this special offer. We did that. And then additionally, Chase had an offer that if you spend $100 with Carnival Cruise Lines, they'll give you $35 back. Between us, we had 6 cards that had this offer available. So we had to go and enable this on all 6 of our cards. Then we had to call up an agent in Carnival and say, hey, we want to pay those gratuities $100 at a time by 6 associated with the 3 cruises. And so we saved $35 by 6 on all these cruises additionally because of this offer that we had on our Chase cards.
Yes, you weren't able to buy future gift cards, or we would have been very interested in that. So we, like Tim said, we just prepaid our cruises. We're going to talk, we have a whole bunch of takeaways at the end of this. We're going to talk about that status thing at the end. Okay, cruise number 4 is Carnival. It's our second Carnival cruise. It is 12 nights all around Northern Europe to really expensive ports. And that is also an ocean view. We paid $1,246. The price for that, the lowest price that you can get on that cruise right now, is $4,164, saving $2,918. And here's what, when Tim had mentioned, you get the pay $1,500 on Amex, get $400 back. We didn't have, our first Carnival cruise was only $910, so we needed 2 cruises to hit that $1,500 plus threshold, and that's where the second cruise came in.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So also we had this Chase offer, which we used $200 here, so we saved another $70.
Another $200 shipboard credit. Yep. And same with number 5. Cruise number 5 is a repositioning cruise from London to Rome. Some cool ports along that way as well. And that is 9 nights. That's an interior cabin. And that's our cheapest cruise, $802. That cruise right now is, the lowest price is $25.80 for that cruise for 2 people, saving us $1,778. So I'm going to do a little totaling here.
I love to do this.
Okay, do the totaling.
So the total, if we were to pay the normal pricing.
Not like the retail, but like the discounted.
The discounted pricing.
That's very important.
Yeah,
that's
so
very
it would
important.
be $13,145 or $253 a night. So that is crazy compared to what we paid.
And we're going to talk about what we paid. Okay, so this Carnival free cruises saved us $6,794 just off of their discounted price, almost $7,000. Saved from 2 Amex offers and 6 Chase offers. $1,110. Now, something to note, we have many other Amex cards. We have many other Chase cards. We have over 30 active credit cards. So this isn't on all of our credit cards. So many of our Chase cards did not have the promotion. So if you were going...
Yes, as a matter of fact, this Amex offer was only available, I think we have 5 between us, was only available on one of my cards. So if this were available on multiple cards, we'd probably be on more cruises this year.
Cruising all the time. Okay, this is what we ended up paying for 52 nights, $5,241. That works out to $100.79 a night. Now, we travel 100% of the time. In these European countries, these are expensive places. So if we were going to have a hotel or even an Airbnb, we would be paying a lot more for, we have our not only our transportation, getting to Europe, getting all to these cool ports, our food, our entertainment, our lodging, all of that, $100 a person, a couple is mind-blowing.
Unthinkable. Yeah. We certainly would have thought going into this year that we were going to be on cruises and it was going to be on an average of $100 a night.
Yes. Okay, so let's talk about some of our big takeaways. Number one, don't close your credit cards. Let's talk about why.
Yeah, so there's a few reasons not to close your credit cards. Number one, they're often, so we make a decision every year about whether we're going to keep a card open or not, basically based upon we pay the annual fee. Are we going to get that much value out of the card this year, known value out of the card this year? So for instance, if we sign up for a new Marriott card and it costs $99, we know that we're going to get that much value because we're going to get a free night associated with that card. These perks are sort of extra perks that we don't even know about that happen to come along.
We wouldn't renew just for the perks, for the bonus.
So the perks that we got this year made all the cards that we have in sort of our toolkit of cards well worth.
Yeah, but you never know. You might not have it at all.
Additionally, this helps with the age. So keeping a card open helps with the age of your credit, which is one of the metrics that factors into your credit score and something you want to keep a card open for a long time because that helps with that metric. Also, it helps with your overall available credit. So these are all good reasons to keep credit cards open.
And while we're talking about this, I'm just going to stick the disclaimer up that if you do not pay off your credit card balances in full every single month, don't sign up for new credit cards. Okay, another takeaway is to look at your promotions on your credit cards.
Yep, so these Amex offers as well as the Chase offers, these are relatively new to Chase. They've been around for a while with Amex, but one thing to note about these is that you have to go in and activate them. They're just not just automatically there and you're going to go spend money at Royal Caribbean and magically you're going to get $500 on your statement. You have to go in and say, okay, I want this offer, I want that offer, and then it does magically happen with your statement, but you do have to be paying attention to them and understanding that they're there.
Okay, another takeaway, match status levels in hotel, any kind of travel company you can, airlines, hotels, casinos. So when someone had posted this article, someone said, I don't gamble, I don't need to have casino status.
We had a friend years ago we had this conversation with, and she said that we were talking about all these perks that we get from the Caesar status, which are above and beyond these free cruises. He's like, I don't gamble. I do not care about having casino status.
I don't go to Vegas.
Yeah, for the most part, neither do we. But this perk has turned into something great for us, and so I think there's lots of reasons. Just anytime you have status with any program, if you have an opportunity to match that to any other program, I think you need to take advantage of that because you never know what might come up in the future or how you might be able to parlay that into another something that means something to you.
Okay, another thing about booking with an agent. Sometimes as a full-time nomad, it's nice just to be on a cruise and have someone else take care of all of this stuff. So but with these Amex offers specifically, we didn't know if booking through an agent that's not directly through the cruise line, if they would honor those Amex discounts, those statement offers, credit. Yeah. So we wanted to go directly to the cruise line to book. So we do have an agent over at Vacations to Go. We have someone over at Carnival. I'm going to put their contact information down below. We found them to be extremely helpful. And even though we had all these 6 Chase offers with Carnival, he was extremely patient, and what a pain in the butt we were. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit just to kind of wrap up, like, why are we wanting to live on a cruise ship for 52 nights this year? Tim and I, we like to say we're addicted to new. So we like to eat that way. We always like to eat new things. We like that tapas style of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like Spanish eating. And I think cruises is that kind of idea. So we get to go into a port for, 6-10 hours, if it's a long day in port, walk around, check out the town, see if it's a place we might want to go back. And even though it's not going to give us everything we need to know, sometimes we get a good feeling or bad feeling about a place really, really quickly. So it's not going to be 100%, but it does give us an idea. Do we want to go back to XYZ port for a month or two in our nomadic life?
Yeah, and there are plenty of ports that aren't really authentic sorts of things. Like it's a port that's just designed to have the cruise ship come in and entertain people for the day. So we're not talking about that. The places where we're talking about are when we get to actually stick our toe in the culture just a little bit, and we understand that there's some I guess controversy, if you will, around cruise travel. We're really excited about this. We don't know that we're going to love it. We've never spent this much time.
I think we're going to love it.
So I think we are too. Actually, I think it's going to be fantastic. But so we'll see how we enjoy being on a cruise ship for 52 days, assuming it all comes together, which, knock on wood, it's going to happen.
And how sweet that we don't have to pack up our stuff, pick up and move from place to place to place. So this gives us just like the hassle of travel, I think, is one of the most appealing things about cruising. Yeah. Is you just go back to your room and you wake up and you're in a new place. We didn't have to schlep.
It's easy living at a price point that is phenomenal, and I couldn't be more excited about it. I think Amy's in the same boat. Yeah. So it's like we will
be devastated if these cancel specifically because of like COVID. So devastated because I think we're going to be in like 6 or 7 new countries for us this year. So we're going to be talking about this cruise thing as we're taking them, and so definitely look out for that in the future. Now, what I want to know from you is about your cruising history. Are you a cruiser and you are into a specific cruise line? Do you hate cruising? Have you never tried cruising? Are you wanting to try it? Let me know all about you and your cruise history, good, bad, or ambivalent, down below in the comments. We'll see you next Wednesday. Hasta luego.